Assalamu alaikum you all. My name is Oziaz and I am from the Department of BS Biotechnology. Today I am here to present you all the presentation that I made on the topic of anthocyanins. So let's discuss what are anthocyanins. What are anthocyanins? Anthocyanins are basically a class of pigments responsible for the red, purple, and blue colors found in many fruits, vegetables, and flowers. They belong to a larger group of compounds known as flavonoids, which are secondary metabolites produced by plants. Anthocyanins are water soluble and can appear in various shades ranging from red to purple depending on the pH of the surrounding environment. They are primarily found in the cell vacuoles of plant tissues, providing coloration to different parts such as the skin, leaves, stems, and petals. Anthocyanins are a group of deep red, purple, and blue pigments found in plants. They are part of a larger category of plant-based chemicals class called flavonoids. Flavonoids are abundant in all parts of the plants: fruits, seeds, shoots, flowers, and leaves. They help plants reproduce by attracting pollinators and protect plants from environmental stressors like ultraviolet light and cold. Research shows that flavonoids are also powerful nutrients and may help explain why plant-based diets are consistently associated with health benefits, says Prescott. We think this is due in part to their antioxidant properties. Antioxidants destroy unstable molecules called free radicals that can damage your cells. Free radicals occur naturally as byproduct of metabolism as well as from environmental exposure to pollution, cigarette smoke, alcohol, sunlight, and harmful chemicals. So let's discuss where are anthocyanins found. Fruits and vegetables and grains with red, purple, blue, or black hues tend to be rich in anthocyanins. Berries have the highest levels, particularly black elderberries and aronia berries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, and strawberries are also great sources. Additional foods with a high anthocyanin punch include fruits, vegetables, legumes, and rice beverages. Let's discuss first of all fruits. Fruits, for example, like black plums, blood oranges, cherries, black and red grapes, and pomegranates. Vegetables, red cabbage, red onions, red radishes, purple cauliflower, purple corn, and the skin of purple eggplant. Legumes and rice, for example, black beans, black rice, and black soybeans. Beverages, grape juice, and wine. Fresh and frozen forms of the foods listed retain the highest levels of this colorful flavonoid, notes Prescott. You will also find many types of anthocyanin containing supplements. Extracts of elderberry, aronia tart cherry, and blueberry are just a few that have become popular. So now let's discuss the factors influencing anthocyanins. These are environmental factors, genetic factors, maturity and ripeness, stress responses, harvesting, and storage conditions. So first of all, let's discuss environmental factors, which are light, temperature, pH, nutrient availability. First of all, let's discuss about light. Anthocyanin synthesis is often stimulated by light, particularly ultraviolet beta radiations. Plants exposed to high light intensity or ultraviolet radiations tend to produce more anthocyanins. Temperature. Cooler temperatures can enhance anthocyanin productions in some plants, while extreme heat may decrease anthocyanin levels. pH. Anthocyanin pigments are sensitive to pH levels. Acidic conditions often intensify the red color, while alkaline conditions may result in a bluer color. Nutrient availability. Adequate nutrient availability, particularly nitrogen and phosphorus, can influence anthocyanin production in plants. So, the next point is genetic factors. Plant species and varieties, genetic regulation. Plant species and varieties. Different plant species and varieties have varying natural levels of anthocyanin content. Some plants naturally produce high levels of anthocyanins than others. Genetic regulation. The genetic makeup of a plant plays a role in the synthesis and accumulation of anthocyanins. Specific genes control the enzymes involved in anthocyanin synthesis. And the third point is maturity and ripeness. Anthocyanin content can change during the maturation and ripening of fruits and vegetables. In some cases, the levels of anthocyanin increase as the plant matures or ripens. These stages or points are developmental stage, and the second one is pigment formation, third one is color changes, sugar content, harvesting considerations. Let's discuss them in detail. Developmental stage. Early stages. In many plants, anthocyanin synthesis begins during the early stages of the plant's development. Initially, anthocyanins may be present in low levels or even absent. Mid to late stages. As the plant progresses through its growth cycle, anthocyanin production increases. The accumulation of anthocyanins often peaks at a specific stage of maturity depending on the plant species. And the second one is pigment formation. Pigment synthesis and the color development. Pigment synthesis. Anthocyanins are synthesized through enzymatic reactions within plant cells. The enzymes responsible for anthocyanin synthesis are active during specific developmental stages. Color development. As the plant matures and ripens, the anthocyanin pigments undergo chemical changes that contribute to the visible colors associated with maturity and ripeness. And the third point is color changes. Anthocyanin transformation. The color of anthocyanins can change as the plant matures and ripens. For example, red color anthocyanins may shift to purple or blue hues as the plant progresses towards full ripeness. And the second point is visual indicator. The color changes in anthocyanins can serve as visual cues for determining the maturity and ripeness of certain fruits and vegetables. Fourth point is sugar content. Sugar accumulation. As fruits and vegetables mature and ripen, there is an increase in sugar content, including glucose and fructose. The presence of sugars can influence anthocyanin synthesis and accumulation. And the second point is sugar antioxidant relationship. Sugars can act as signaling molecules regulating the expression of genes involved in anthocyanin biosynthesis and helping to stabilize and enhance the antioxidant properties of anthocyanins. Fifth point is harvesting considerations. Optimal harvest time. Harvesting at the appropriate stage of maturity and ripeness is crucial to maximize anthocyanin content. Waiting for full maturity allows for the highest accumulation of anthocyanin in certain fruits and vegetables. Post-harvest changes. After harvest, some fruits and vegetables may continue to undergo changes in anthocyanin levels, and proper storage conditions can help maintain anthocyanin content during post-harvest handling. And the third point is stress responses. Environmental stress and pathogen and insect interactions. Environmental stress. Plants may produce more anthocyanins as a response to environmental stresses such as drought, extreme temperatures, or nutrient deficiencies. This is often considered a protective mechanism against stress included damage. Pathogen and insect interactions. Plants can increase anthocyanin production in response to pathogens, attacks, or insect feeding, and they may serve as defense compounds against pests and diseases. Now, harvesting and storage conditions. Harvesting and storage conditions can significantly impact the quality and stability of anthocyanin, fruits, vegetables, and other plant-based sources. Proper handling and storage practices are essential to preserve anthocyanin content. Here are some factors: harvesting conditions and storage conditions. First of all, let's discuss what are harvesting conditions, which includes timing, handling, and temperature. Timing. Harvest crops at the appropriate stage of maturity when anthocyanin content is at its peak. This ensures optical level of pigments. Handling. Gentle handling during harvest minimizes physical damage and bruising, which can lead to nutrient loss and degradation of anthocyanins. Temperature. Harvest during cooler parts of the day, such as early morning or late evening, to minimize exposure to heat and light, which can degrade anthocyanins. Storage conditions: temperature, light, moisturize, and humidity. Temperature: store anthocyanin rich produce at cool temperatures to slow down enzymatic reactions and preserve the stability of anthocyanins. The ideal storage temperature depends upon the specific crop, but generally, refrigeration between 0 degrees Celsius and 4 degrees Celsius is recommended. Light: protect stored produce from direct light exposure, as light can cause degradation of anthocyanins. Keep fruits and vegetables in opaque containers or cover them with light blocking materials. Moisture and humidity: control humidity levels to prevent excess moisture that can promote microbial growth and spoilage. Air circulation and packaging. Air circulation provides adequate ventilation to prevent the buildup of moisture and carbon dioxide, which can accelerate spoilage. Proper air circulation helps maintain the quality of stored crops. Packaging: choose appropriate packaging materials that minimize moisture loss and protect against physical damage. Perforated or breathable packaging can help regulate moisture levels and prevent condensation. Ethylene gas: some fruits such as apple, bananas produce ethylene gas and can accelerate ripening and decay in neighboring produce. Separate ethylene producing fruits from anthocyanin rich crops to avoid premature spoilage. Duration: consume or utilize anthocyanin rich produce as soon as possible to minimize nutrient loss. Anthocyanins are sensitive to prolonged storage and their content may gradually decline over time. So here are the sources of anthocyanins. Let's discuss them. Anthocyanins are found in various foods, vegetables, and other plant-based sources. Here are some common dietary sources of anthocyanins: cherries, berries, grapes, pomegranates, red and purple grains, citrus fruits, eggplant, black soybeans. So here are the food sources which are richest in anthocyanins. Here you can see the detail of them. Next, let's discuss the biological roles of anthocyanins in plants. Anthocyanins play important biological roles in plants, contributing to their growth, development, and survival. Here are some key biological roles of anthocyanins in plants: attracting pollinators and seed dispersers, ultraviolet protection, antioxidant activity, regulation of gene expression, defense against pathogens and herbivores. Let's discuss the first one: attracting pollinators and seed disperser. Anthocyanin pigments create vibrant colors that attract pollinators like bees, butterflies, and birds to flowers. This facilitates pollination and enhances reproductive success for plants. Fruits and berries rich in anthocyanins attract animals that consume them, aiding in seed dispersal as the animals distribute the seeds. Second one is ultraviolet protection. Anthocyanins act as natural sunscreens for plants. They absorb and filter out harmful ultraviolet radiations, protecting sensitive tissues from potential damage. Particularly in plants growing at high altitudes or in strong sunlight, anthocyanins shield plant cells from ultraviolet induced DNA damage and oxidative stress. Antioxidant activity. Antioxidant activity. Anthocyanins possess powerful antioxidant properties, allowing them to scavenge free radicals and reactive oxygen species within plant cells. By neutralizing harmful ROS, anthocyanins help protect plants from oxidative stress and prevent cellular damage caused by environmental stresses, including ultraviolet radiations and pollutants. Regulation of gene expression. Anthocyanins can modulate gene expression in plants. They interact with specific transcription factors and regulatory proteins to activate or suppress the expression of genes involved in anthocyanin biosynthesis and other physiological processes. Defense against pathogens and herbivores. Some studies suggest that anthocyanins may have antimicrobial and antifungal properties, helping plants combat infections and diseases caused by pathogens. Anthocyanins can also act as a deterrent to herbivores and pests due to their bitter taste or toxicity. They contribute to plant defense mechanism against grazing and insect feeding. So here are the health benefits of anthocyanins. Let's discuss the health benefits of anthocyanins, um, which are anthocyanins as powerful oxidants, antioxidants, and bioactive compounds offer numerous potential health benefits when consumed as part of a balanced diet. Here are some health benefits associated with anthocyanins. Some latest findings lowers blood pressure, and anthocyanins reduces risk of heart disease, and also it prevents neurological diseases and slows cancer growth. How anthocyanin lowers blood pressure. Anthocyanins may help reduce blood pressure according to the review of 66 studies. Study participants with hypertension took a variety of extracts and preparations from anthocyanin containing plants. The study found there was a consistent lowering effect on blood pressure. In other studies, however, researchers identified many factors that led to mixed results, such as dosage and type of anthocyanin, food, juice, freeze dried, powder, or extract, number of doses, single versus long term, patient characteristics, a person's baseline blood pressure, and other health conditions. Second one is how it reduces risk of heart diseases. And so, atherosclerosis is when plaque builds up and up on the inside of our arteries. This buildup can cause high blood pressure, heart attack, stroke, peripheral artery disease, or kidney failure. The formation of plaque is a multi-stage process and depends on many factors. Prescott says that researcher shows that anthocyanins can intervene at different stages in the process of by reducing cholesterol, a main part of plaque, and high blood pressure, which can damage blood vessels and make them more likely to develop atherosclerosis, inflammation which leads to plaque formation. Prevents neurological diseases. Research shows that anthocyanins can help protect and improve your brain functions. One study found that a daily dose of cherry juice improved speech and memory in people aged 70 and over with mild or moderate dementia. Another study reported anthocyanins increased blood flow to and activated brain areas that control memory, language, and attention. Researchers believe that anthocyanins' antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties are responsible for these improvements. How anthocyanin slows cancer growth. Anthocyanins may act in many ways to slow or stop cancer. Studies suggest that anthocyanins might block the changes in DNA that cause cancer, destroy cancer cells or stop their growth, prevent tumor from becoming malignant, cancerous, and also it reverse drug resistance and increase tumor sensitivity to chemotherapy. Thank you so much. That was all about my presentation.